Hey, how are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to Cooking Together with My Food and Family. This is an Instagram Live series that's designed to help us all through these uncertain times and equip you with the knowledge and skills you need to conquer your kitchen and make cooking fun. So my name is Lauren Bear. I'm on the Kraft Heinz culinary team. Today we're joined by Ed from Deward Cooks. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So happy Friday, everyone. We're going to be making BBQ Sloppy Joes, which when I think of barbecue and all of that, it just reminds me of like the beginning of summer. So I'm really excited to make this recipe today.
Yeah, me too. My kids are already really excited. They're out in the pool right now. I told
Yeah,
them to have
and it's
this.
perfect time for lunchtime. So you're gonna be ready to go.
Oh yeah.
So what do you have going on right now in your pan?
So in my pan, I've got 1 pound of extra lean ground beef. I have one red pepper. I have about a quarter cup of onions that are already chopped, and I have 2 carrots that I grated to kind of get the little hidden veggies in there.
Yeah,
So
I love that. That's like such a fun twist on the traditional sloppy joe to get some added veggies in there.
yeah, definitely. I always try to add a little bit of vegetables into some of the things like this because my daughters are not really the biggest fans of vegetables. So
Yeah,
this is like an easy way to kind of get them to eat a little bit extra.
yeah. And then we're using extra lean ground beef. This is a healthy living recipe, but for anybody that's watching, use whatever ground meat you have on hand. I was even thinking like if you wanted it even leaner, you could do a ground chicken. It'd be like, kind of like a barbecue chicken sloppy joe. That
Oh
would
yeah,
be a fun twist on it.
yeah. I like to use a lot of ground chicken and a lot of ground turkey in my. I was thinking you could add put quinoa to it. You could add a little bit of black beans, anything to kind of get a little bit of extra protein,
Yeah,
and it keeps it lean and healthy. And the Kraft barbecue sauce like makes everything delicious. So I'm
that's
really
true. Um, so right now we're just pretty much just browning the meat and softening the vegetables, right?
yes, yes. And the vegetables are almost there. The beef's getting there. If this takes maybe 20 minutes top, it's like a really quick meal altogether. So I'm pretty excited about
Yeah, and just a couple of ingredients too. Probably things a lot of people already have on hand as well.
it. Yeah, this has, like I said, I'm going to be adding Kraft barbecue sauce to this, and then later, once everything's ready, I'm going to be adding a little bit of the Kraft cheddar into it too. It's going to be
Yeah,
cheesy. It's going to be barbecue. It's like a perfect like afternoon out by the pool type of a meal.
yeah. One tip I wanted to give to everyone that's watching is I know we've all been there where you buy a pack of ground meat and it's in your fridge and the week kind of gets away from you and then you realize like, oh shoot, I never used this meat throughout the week and you just pop it in your freezer.
Yeah,
Something that would be great, like a shortcut for this recipe, is to when that happens to brown your meat and then freeze it.
yeah,
Because then if you wanted to make a recipe like this, you can just immediately take it from the freezer and pop it into your sloppy joe or your soup or your chili, and it's ready to go. Whereas if it's a raw meat package, you have to remember to defrost it first and use it. So
I,
this is like a great time saver.
yeah. And I like to do that like basically with this, it's onions, peppers, carrots, and ground beef. This could turn into a lot of different things. I was actually making stuffed peppers with Sarah like a couple days ago. That would
Yeah,
even be great for stuffed peppers. Like this is a pretty basic like meat and vegetable super blend that kids love. So
yeah. And the carrots are grated, so they're hidden even more. They give it like a nice, almost shredded meat texture.
definitely,
Probably
definitely.
some sweetness as well.
Yeah. And I like to for the carrots, you could either shred it with a box grater like this, or you could use a food processor, which is what I use because my girls sometimes if they see like the bigger pieces of carrots, they'll call me out on it. But I do it all the time with carrots, with cauliflower, like I said, cooked quinoa. Really
Yeah.
like,
I
especially
love
with
this.
right. So this ground beef is cooked. The peppers are getting nice and soft, so I'm gonna be adding my barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
It's a half cup of barbecue sauce. Like I said before, I'm gonna be using Kraft. I like the slow simmer original. My daughters really like the honey kind, but this stuff, this one's my
I love that one too. And of course, like if you don't have that specific flavor or your family likes a different one, you can use something different or even twist this. You know, if you didn't want to use barbecue sauce, you could use like pizza sauce. And I know we're adding cheese later on. If we wanted to do mozzarella and make it like a pizza sloppy joe, or add like taco seasoning and Mexican cheese, make it like a taco sloppy joe. So lots of ways to mix it up.
I love it. I'm all about sloppy joes because they are delicious. And my girls, honestly, if it's messy, they will eat it so much. So they love it. My daughters are always making a mess in the kitchen.
Yeah, I love it too because I feel like when I make things like sloppy joes or chilies, it's great for leftovers, and I almost feel like it tastes better the second day.
Absolutely.
All the
Absolutely.
flavors really combined. So
Yeah. Um, with the sloppy joe, I love that we're adding cheese to this because I thought I was like a weirdo, like growing up with cheese on my sloppy joes. My wife never even heard of that. I can't get enough. So I'm pumped about this. This is like right up my
yeah, how's it looking?
It's looking good and smelling even better. Like, I'm not sure if you guys could see that, but
Oh yeah.
this, it's good. I'm gonna let it cook off for like another minute or so, and I'm gonna add the cheese to it and get it all plated up. Now, this serves four, but this is gonna be four like massive sandwiches. Now, my girls, despite the fact that they can eat like grown men, they can easily make this into maybe like five or six, depending on like the kids and how hungry they are. This would also be really great for sliders, which I feel like we've been really big on the sliders these days ever since we started grilling more. Like Kraft barbecue sauce on turkey burgers, like my girls have been eating that up like crazy.
Love it. I know it's so nice that the weather's getting warmer, so we can actually go outside and cook now.
Oh yeah, it's great too because now that we're doing kindergarten at home with my oldest,
Yeah.
but the afternoons where we've been out in the pool or the sprinkler almost every single day. So right now my wife has them up there, so we take these up to them. All right, now I'm gonna get my Kraft cheddar. I'll throw this in.
Okay.
I'm just gonna move this a little bit so you guys can get a better look.
Yeah. And again, like if you don't have cheddar on hand, use what kind of cheese your family likes, or whatever you can find at the grocery store. So we're flexible here. I think barbecue and cheddar go together so well, though.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
Now,
And if anybody's watching that loves Sloppy Joes, if you go to myfoodandfamily.com, we have tons of different twists on Sloppy Joes. So you could take a mixture like this. We've got like Sloppy Joe's sweet potato boats, Sloppy Joe mac and cheese. I developed a recipe for Sloppy Joe grilled cheese that is really good, like the ultimate comfort food. So
Sloppy Joe's grilled cheese.
yes.
Ooh, I'm gonna look that up. And that's all on my food and family, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I think I'm gonna try to have some left over so I can make a sloppy joe.
Yeah, that's great. You could save some and use it.
Oh, yeah. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take the heat off. I'm going to mix in about a half a cup of Kraft cheddar.
Okay.
I'm just gonna eyeball it right there. And you want to take the heat off because it allows the cheese to get melty, but it doesn't fully like, mix everything in. You want that like good a cheese bowl when you're eating.
Yeah, I love that.
This smells incredible. This is I can't get over that.
It looks amazing. I'm always on this side, so I never have the food in front of me, so I always have to use my imagination.
It's good to be on this side right now. I'll tell you that. Now, what would you put up as a side for something like this if you were having this for lunch?
What would I eat for sides?
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, I always think of sloppy joes with like tater tots.
Ooh,
I know
yeah.
that's not the most lean version, you know. Maybe you do, maybe like a coleslaw or salad, fruit salad would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't
Yeah,
know. Think about sloppy joes and tater tots.
yeah. We're having lean beef. We can have all the tater tots.
Yeah,
This
right. It's all about balance. So
now this would be really good with some coleslaw too, like a little bit of coleslaw on top.
I think
Because this is
so.
yeah, especially like in the hot summer days.
Yeah.
So
Even like as a topper.
oh yeah. That would be probably the ultimate quick lunch. A Kraft barbecue sauce and cheddar sloppy joes,
Mm-hmm.
or some tater tots. So I'm just gonna plate one of these up so you guys can see, and I'm gonna bring the rest out to the girl. But like we said before, this is a huge, huge sandwich.
Yeah. It looks nice
I'm
and
excited.
warm and delicious and nice and saucy and cheesy.
Yeah, and that half a cup of Kraft barbecue sauce really goes like a long way.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
It gives a lot of flavor.
yeah, and the Kraft cheese adds a little bit of like creaminess to it. So this is the real deal. I'm excited about this. And then
Um,
I can't get that sloppy Joe grilled cheese out of my head. You said that's on myfoodandfamily.com, right?
yeah. It's a good one. I developed that recipe, so I highly recommend it. All right, well, let me see if there's any questions. Um, somebody is asking if ketchup would mixed in would work as well. What are your thoughts on that?
So I could add a little bit of ketchup to it, but I think that the barbecue sauce adds a whole lot of flavor that's not just ketchup. Now I
Yeah.
love Heinz ketchup in this, but the barbecue sauce makes it different. I think it makes it like a little bit more summery. I don't know. I could eat barbecue sauce all day,
Yeah.
every day. John.
That was the right
But
choice.
yeah,
I think, yeah. I mean, ketchup will work if you don't have barbecue on hand, but barbecue will give it that extra flavor, that
okay.
bold flavor. Could you add anything fresh to this, like lettuce or some other garnish?
Of course. So if I was to do like a slaw, I would do a little bit of cabbage, maybe some cilantro and a lime juice, a little bit of red cider vinegar, just to kind of like get it all fermenting a little bit. And that would be like a fresh bite to it. And especially because this is soft and kind of creamy with the cheese, that would add like a crunch that I would really like. Or you could do shredded lettuce, you could do tomatoes, anything would really work.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I was even thinking, I've been even starting to already pickle things, you know,
Ooh,
from spring produce. So, like, on that coleslaw idea, something with a little bit of crispiness and acidity, I think a pickle would be great.
yeah.
Oh,
I just tasted like a little bit of this. Mm.
yeah, somebody was asking, are you guys pickles or no pickles on Sloppy Joes? I'm a pickle person. I'm always a pickle person. So, pickles on anything to me is good, but
Yeah, I am not a pickle person. I want to be. I use pickle juice all the time, but like something about pickle. My wife is a huge pickle fan, so it works out. I
yeah.
use pickle juice all the time, but she eats all the pickle. I've never even heard of that. People do that? Ooh,
Yeah, people do that. I don't know. Maybe that's against Sloppy Joe rules or something. But who cares? You know, do
yeah.
you do what you like?
Sloppy Joes is great though for a lot of different. Like you can add different vegetables to this.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Like cabbage, cauliflower would be great in this. or corn. Like this is already a pretty summery thing. If you add a little bit of like roast corn to that, it'd be like a summer on the bun right there.
I think even like zucchini or something would be another vegetable you could easily hide. It might add a little bit of water, but if you cooked it long enough where the sauce thickened up, it would
Yeah,
work out.
yeah.
Um, could you
And the
use
sauce.
mixture in other recipes? So I know we did mention some of the other Sloppy Joe recipes that we have on myfoodandfamily.com, like a grilled cheese, or I think people have been doing a lot of those sweet potato boats. Where you cook the sweet potato, cut it in half, put your mixture on, add your cheese. And those are delicious.
I'm all about this sweet potato boat. And
Yeah,
if you're doing a sweet potato boat, you could definitely get a little bit more servings out of that. Like I already had one full plate of the sandwich, and I could easily get another like 4 servings out of this probably, especially if some of the servings were for kids. But you could make this and maybe divide it into 6 for like sloppy Joe boat with sweet potatoes, and it'd be awesome. And then
yeah,
add lunch.
yeah. Especially like if you're a smaller household, it could almost be a meal prep thing where you make the batch and then just use it for repurpose it throughout the week in different ways.
Oh,
Can you use a leaner meat like ground turkey?
absolutely.
Yeah.
With ground turkey, especially because there's barbecue sauce in here, ground turkey can get a little dry. What I would do is I would season it with a little bit of salt and pepper and cook it in a little oil. This, I just hit it with a little bit of cooking spray because there is still some fat in the beef. With it being a leaner meat, you might want to add a little bit of oil to it, but this would easily be ground turkey or ground chicken.
I think so too. It's the barbecue sauce is still going to give it like moisture and flavor that you might be missing, when you're eating like a burger, ground turkey burgers. This is so much more forgiving, I guess I would say.
All right.
Someone's asking about what veggies are in this recipe.
So the veggies that are in this recipe, I have 1 full red bell pepper that's diced. I have a 1/4 cup of onion in there, and then I have 2 full carrots that I shred. And I use a food processor for that.
Yeah.
It smells awesome. Yeah. It's a shame that you don't have this in front of you because I'm excited about lunch right now.
Yeah. I do love carrots and barbecue sauce too because it is that sweetness. So, you talked about hidden vegetables for your kids. I think that will help mask some of those carrot flavors since they go around.
Yeah.
All right. I think those are all the questions that we have today. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful weekend. Everyone enjoy the weather.
You too.
Everyone that's watching, we will be back again on Monday. Please tune in. And until then, let's keep cooking together. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.